Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to sell and trade this week. The first guard, Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown, it's been a pretty decent year for the highest paid player in the NBA. 23.1 points a game, 5.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.1 steals, 2.1 threes a game, and 49% from the field. So obviously his points per game went down a little bit from last season to this year with Porzingis and Jrue Holiday added to the roster. But the last couple weeks, the numbers have still pretty much been on par. 22.6 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.4 steals, 2.1 threes a game, 50% from the field. So Jaylen Brown, he had a couple games where it was middle performances. And then yesterday's game, he had a big game, no doubt about it, was Jaylen Brown. So the last few games for Brown, January 19th versus Denver, 13 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, a 31% from the field. January 21st at the Rockets, 13 points, 11 boards, 10 assists, triple-double in that one, 3 steals, 42% from the field. And January 22nd at Dallas, 34 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 threes, and 59% from the field. So right now he's playing good basketball. It's Jaylen Brown, no doubt about it. But like I said, we're going to see some games where the scoring isn't going to be all there. And besides that triple-double, his assists really haven't been all that great this season here, and his field goal percentage, he's had some great games and some games where he can't shoot. So right now we have to come in off of 2 big games in a row here is Jaylen Brown. He's a perfect sell high candidate. I'm not saying to dump him off for anything, but right now if you could get someone good in a deal with more consistency for Jaylen Brown, this is a time to do with. The next guard's Dejounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks. And Murray in the trade rumors a lot over the last few weeks. And with the NBA trade deadline in 2 weeks now, most likely going to have Murray getting traded away from the Hawks. The Lakers, they're trying to make things work in a 3-team deal. All the rumors going around. And obviously his fantasy value will take a big hit, in my opinion, if he goes to the Lakers, where you got LeBron and Anthony Davis doing most of the scoring and the ball handling on the season. 21.4 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.4 threes, and 47% from the field. But the last couple weeks, Murray stepped it up even more. 23.4 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 1.1 steals, 2.8 threes, and 48% from the field. Dejounte Murray's had a couple games where he's hit buzzer beaters and clutch shots for this Hawk team, and that's just bumping up his fantasy value as well. But right now, like I said, if he goes to a team like the Lakers or even the 76ers, who are involved in him as well, his fantasy value is definitely going to take a hit, and the ball's going to be out of his hands more. January 19th at Miami, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, 40% from the field. January 20th versus Cleveland, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 threes, 52% from the field. And January 22nd at the Kings, 35 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, a block, 6 threes, 47% from the field. So he's playing great basketball, no doubt about it, is Dejounte Murray. But if he's traded to one of these contenders where they already have their 2 superstars and he'll be the 3rd or 4th option, the value is going to go down. So right now, while he's playing the peak value and great basketball is Murray, he's a sell high player this week. And the third and final guard I look to sell and trade this week's Tim Hardaway Jr. of the Dallas Mavericks. It's been a solid year as the 3rd, 4th option on this roster for Tim Hardaway. 18.2 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 3.3 threes a game, and 42% from the field. So Hardaway, a 3-point specialist, and a majority of his shots at 3-point balls. And the last couple weeks, 23 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 4 threes, and 46% from the field. So right now, playing a little bit over his head here is Tim Hardaway. And also Luka Doncic, in the few games he went off, missed those ball games. So I think he's going to come back down a little bit. He is Tim Hardaway, and he's a perfect sell-high guy. January 15th versus the Pelicans, 41 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 9 threes, 47% from the field. January 17th at the Lakers, 12 points, 4 boards, and assist, a steal, 29% from the field. And January 22nd versus Celtics, 20 points, 2 rebounds, and assist, 4 threes, 61% from the field. So pretty much Tim Hardaway, he's a 2-quick category type of guy, good scorer of the basketball and 3-point shooting. But in terms of assisting the basketball, rebounding, he's not going to bring that to owners. And a guy who's been inconsistent field goal-wise throughout his career. So right now, while he's playing great basketball, and like I mentioned, with Doncic back, the numbers are going to drop off a little bit. He's a sell high this week, so that's a few guards I look to sell and trade for Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season.